Alright everybody, here we are again, and I hope I'm audible right now. And let me check first of all this particular thing. Today's focus, we have done the Typescript section, like we don't really have to worry about that. But we still have to go through the notes. So today that particular section will be done, and there are a few things that I had in mind. So we are gonna be just going with them. I'm just letting you guys know exactly what the things they are, and then we'll simply be going ahead. But before that, let me make sure whether everything's up and running or not, and then we'll be simply taking steps ahead. Yeah, chats are gonna be chats. I'm not gonna be turning the chats on, by the way. I'm sorry, but that is mainly because I will be focusing on the learning section, and when you are actually learning something, you had better just focus only on one thing. So unfortunately, I have to turn the chats off. Mostly in the evenings, if I actually work on some of the things. Chats for now, let it be. Okay, chats are gonna be on because I will be simply going through the notes, and also I can just handle this particular thing too. And apart from this, nothing. So I hope I'm audible right now. Okay, that's right. I am audible. So let's simply go ahead, and in here we had to go through the Typescript thing, mainly the notes. And this is going to be day 15, like the first day of the third week. Wow. Okay. Software, Word, and I had to go through this particular thing. This is the first thing that I am gonna go through. Okay, so we have learned all these things, even all these things have been taught, but let's have a look at them once, and if there's something we can learn from them, we will be learning, otherwise we will simply be going ahead. Tailwind CSS. Okay, we started learning Tailwind CSS as well. As for the plan, let's simply clear this thing as well. Really important. And I'm gonna be making some of the changes, so we had better be like aware of everything. The good thing is that from today onwards I will have enough time. So far I've been busy doing household chores and all, so that was something that worried me quite a bit, and I haven't been regular, but right now it's gonna be like that. So we have some few things like right here. First one is gonna be the web dev. Of course, that is almost done, but I have to make many projects using this technology, so I have to just be aware of it. And inside web dev right now, I have to go through the notes of the Typescript, and then I have to sprint through Tailwind CSS. It's not like I don't know, but the thing is that I have videos, like course videos, so it's better to simply go through them. I will end up learning something or the other, so it's gonna be like sprinting through them. And the third thing I have to make, as I was working on the Brainly project, so I will be remaking, so rebuilding, ultimately rebuilding Brainly. So why am I going to rebuild that? It's simple that once you build the application once, okay, and mainly while building the application I took the help of AI. This time I want to rebuild it without taking the help of AI at all. So it's gonna be like that. So ultimately rebuilding it will not take a lot of time. I think 3 to 4 hours are gonna be enough for this particular project. So that's okay. I can easily give it this much time. 3 to 4 hours. Sprinting through Tailwind CSS, it will take around 5 to 6 hours. Not 5 to 6 hours actually, but the course duration, it will 3 to 4 hours. It will at least take this much time. I just hope so. It may take even more than that. And Typescript, if when it comes to going through that, it will take max to max 1 hour, maybe 2 hours max to max. So these are the things that we have in here. And apart from web dev, I'm gonna be starting DevOps section. Okay, so these are the two things that we are gonna be going ahead. I know nothing about DevOps right now, and as for the web dev, we know quite a bit right now. So the main goal is going to be like this. As for the web dev section, this is gonna be, I will be getting it done in the mornings, and like 7 a.m. I think this is gonna be the right thing. 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. something like that. And as for debug particular section, it's not gonna be the exact timing, but okay, overall timing is gonna be like this, and it will be like 12 p.m. to whenever it's possible. So the remaining time will be given to the debug section. I hope it will be done very soon. Not learning lots of things because there's web3 thing that's remaining, but it's not like I can learn everything at once. So I will be just starting debug section, and that would be continued. And meanwhile, I will be working on the projects of web dev as well. Having said that, I have a lot of projects in this web dev section, so I'm not even sure the 5 hours I'm gonna be giving. Maybe 4 to 5 hours daily. I hope if I give this much time, ultimately I will have quite enough time to get the things done. So this is how it's gonna be going ahead. Right now we are working with the TypeScript section, so let's simply go through the nodes. Once this thing, even it's like sprinting through it. Sprinting through TypeScript, I hope it's not gonna take lots of time. Then the tailwind section will come, and once these two things I have done, after that I will be moving to the rebuilding the Brainly backend really quick. And once all these things are done, we will be moving to the front end of that. So, and after that, front end of Brainly. So this is how things are gonna be like ahead. But let's see how it's gonna be going on. So this is the at least plan for now. Let's talk about what TypeScript. Okay, for this particular thing, I will be creating a new file actually, not this one. So cd, let's go one step back, ls mkdir, and that's gonna be learning. Let's create this particular folder, ls cd learning, and let's open this particular one. So here we are inside this particular directory, and when we are inside this directory, let's get the things done. So first of all, we need to initialize an npm project. So we need npm init by, okay, I have to change something. So npm package set type is equal to module code package.json. So right now the module has been set. Okay, apart from this particular thing, ls mkdir src, that's gonna be there. What all do I need to install? I need to install TypeScript. So npm install, that's gonna be a dependency TypeScript. Let's see if I need anything else. I will be installing that like that only. Then npx tsc init, I think this was the command. Okay, yeah, this was the right command. Once this thing is done, then we have to create some of the files too. So inside source I will be creating index.ts, or not really, not this one, that would be index.ts. And once this thing is clear, let's get these things done. So first of all, I have to build it. For building, it's gonna be pretty much simple. tsc is gonna be enough. npx tsc, I can even add v in here as instructed. And then the second thing is that starting the server, that would be pretty much simple. That would be like once it is built, you have to start the server. How will you start the server? The next js file that we have to run, so it would be like node dist/index.js. this is where it will be going down. And the last thing is that we have to run, take care of the development section as well. So in the development section, it will be like npm run build. First of all, we will build it, and then npm run start. So first of all, we will build the project, and then we will run the project. This is how it's gonna be going ahead. As for the main file, that would be okay, I'm not sure even about the naming of the main file, so I'll have to take care of it. Mainly figure the things out internally by me. source index.ts, that's gonna be the name. That's okay. src slash index.ts, this is gonna be the name of the main file. And apart from it, scripts done. Everything seems to be done, by the way. Nothing seems to be remaining, so this thing is done as per the ts config. Let's uncomment these. Once this thing is done, then ls, if I simply run npm run dev, npm run dev, I should be getting the dist folder, and inside the dist folder I have this index.ts, index.js, and let's see, clg, hello there. I hope it's gonna work. Okay, yeah, it's working. So ultimately we've got the setup ready. Let's go through step number 1. First of all, we will be learning about the types of languages as per the notes, and I will be making the notes along the way too, so I need to keep that particular thing in mind. Okay, coding the code, software, cohort, web dev, TypeScript. Okay, this is how it's gonna be going on. I need to make proper notes for it. These things I will be learning very soon. That's not a big problem. Let's do it like this. Slash t1 TypeScript notes. Whatever is important, that's gonna be in here. Just like that. As for changing the color of it, I can easily do that. That's gonna be great. Okay. That's again one thing. I'm suffering from sneeze. Strongly typed versus loosely typed. Okay, there are two types of languages. First one is strongly typed. The term strongly typed and loosely typed refer to how programming languages handle types, particularly how strict they are about types conversion and type safety. Strongly typed languages, example Java, C++, C, Rust. Wow. Benefits: lesser runtime errors, stricter code base, easy to catch errors at compile time. Loosely typed languages, Python, JavaScript, Perl, PHP, easy to write code, fast to bootstrap, low learning curve. Okay. Code doesn't work. Ultimately, int main, int number is equal to 10 and number text. Yeah, that's right. And in this particular section, it will definitely work. People realize that JavaScript is very powerful language, but lacks TypeScript. Was introduced as a new language to add types on the top of JavaScript. That's interesting. Let's simply go ahead. Next, what is TypeScript? The thing is that we will be just keeping the important things in here. If we already know those things, we'll simply be sprinting through them. TypeScript is a programming language developed and maintained by Microsoft. Okay, it is developed and maintained by Microsoft. Okay. Good thing to keep in mind. I don't know, so but let's keep it like this. TypeScript. Yeah, let's keep it in here only. Maintained by Microsoft. Hello, Bhaiya, Abhay. Hi, good to see you. I have turned the chats on. Okay, it is a strict syntactical superset, ultimately, yeah, kind of that, of JavaScript, and adds optional static typing to the language. So JavaScript there, then we just add some of the code, like only the types, and then it becomes TypeScript. Where how does TypeScript code run? The TypeScript code runs in never runs in your browser. Your browser can only understand JavaScript. JavaScript is the runtime language, the thing that actually runs in your browser, Node.js runtime. Amazing, good to know that. I knew that. TypeScript is something that compiles down to JavaScript. When TypeScript is compiled down to JavaScript, you get a type checking similar to C++. If there is an error, the conversion to JavaScript fails. So ultimately we have TypeScript, and then using tsc npx tsc command, we convert it to JavaScript. Ultimately we build it, and once we have the JavaScript file, then we can run it either in browser or in Node.js. Yeah, something like that. Tell me more, Abhay. How are you doing, and what exactly are you busy doing nowadays? TypeScript compiler. TSC is the official TypeScript compiler. that you can use to convert TypeScript code into JavaScript. There are many other famous compilers transcript for converting TypeScript to JavaScript. Some for famous ones are okay. We have some compilers in here. Whenever we get the chance, we will be coming to know about them. The first one is that okay, TK. How am I going to get that? Okay, TH2. Compilers. Some famous compilers. ओके भैया क्या आप HTML CSS जावास्क्रिप्ट एंड जावास्क्रिप्ट मतलब नहीं समझा. हाँ क्या ये सीखते हैं कि करते हैं. लाइक मैं सीख चुका हूँ पहले ये सब. सो लेट मी नो एग्जैक्टली व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय दैट. सम फेमस कंपाइलर्स. दिस इज क्वाइट इंटरेस्टिंग इन हियर. अभय वेयर आर यू फ्रॉम. अभय वो कहाँ से आप. लाइक कैन टेल मी the place you are from. ES build. Come on, can't I do it? ES build. I'll figure them out. Like I'll dig deeper into them. Okay. PI. Okay means what? Okay, I have learned. That is what. Okay. So this particular section is gonna be like this. As for changing the color of it, it's gonna be this. So let's keep it like this. SWC, I think that was the one. Yes, okay, yeah. So ES build, this is the compiler, right? Getting started, install ES build. You can install it and then okay. Okay, I have a friend from Uttar Pradesh. I have many friends from Uttar Pradesh actually. Good to see you too. So what are you doing nowadays? Are you learning HTML, CSS, JavaScript, working on the projects? Great. NPM, React DOM, then scripts, ES build, app.jsx bundle. Well, this is also a compiler, got that. And there was another SWC compiler. Let's see. SWC. We can get started with the documentation somewhere. npm install dsc / okay. We can go with pnpm. Okay, the thing is that these are the compiler things. Not quite needed right now, so we will not be going through them. But the good thing is that we know that they exist, so ultimately I'll be simply creating bookmarks. Maybe in future we'll have a look at them, or if we need them, it will be easy for us to just go through the things. /webmark, this is gonna be this, and for SWC, and this Notion is really good for creating the notes. You can easily get the things done in here. So here we are. So this thing is done. By the way, some famous compilers are here. Next one, what is the next step? The TSC compiler. Let's know about that. आपकी qualification क्या है? My qualification is nothing. I'm a college dropout. My qualification can be like good at front end, full stack. I can build websites, and now I'm just building projects and learning some of more skills, so that it's easy for me to get the job, because without degree you need to have really good skills, as simple as that. Let's bootstrap a simple TypeScript Node.js application locally on our machines. Okay, install TypeScript globally, that's alright. mkdir code npm init npx tsc init, and then this command should initialize two files in your project, node app ls. Yeah, that's right. Then create a ts file. Okay, x number 1 log, compile the ts file tscb, explode the newly generated index of your code. This is how it works. So let's get this thing done only. We are going through the nodes, and whatever we are getting, we are just simply going through that. So the first thing that I was instructed to do, x const x. Let's see how it actually comes. I've converted it many times, but clgx. Let's see. ls npm run dev tscb npm run dev. How about the index file? This is in here. Let's keep it on the right side, and this is how we go. Well, in earlier versions we used to get use strict in here, but right now we are not getting. That's interesting. So this thing is done. Now notice how there is no TypeScript code in the JavaScript. It's plain old JavaScript. That's right. Well, yeah. Apart from that export thing, delete try accessing assigning x to a string. Okay, try compiling the code. Notice all the errors you see in the console tells you there are type errors in code base. Also notice that no index.js is created anymore. That's right. We can give it a try too, by the way. At the same time, that's gonna be string and that would be wrong for sure. And if I actually try to run it, I will get the error, and we are getting it. Wow. Really? I think there must be some setting to stop this JS file build, but we are getting it right now. That means that's okay, never mind, we'll figure it out later. This is the high level benefit of TypeScript. It lets you catch type errors at compile time. So ultimately it is creating the JS file, but it is letting us to compile catch the errors. Okay, basic types in TypeScript. TypeScript provides you some basic types: number, string, boolean, null, undefined. That's right. Let's create some simple applications using these types. Problem on hello world. Thing to learn how to give types to augmented of functions. Arguments of a function. Write a function that greets the user given their first name. This docs. Okay, let's have a look at the solution. This is something it's discussing. Some function. About this. Okay, it's easy peasy. Oh, come on, I'm suffering from this age. It's hard to speak. Never mind, we have to get it done. Return true or false based on if the user is 18 plus. Okay, excuse me, I'm gonna be back. Just a minute, let me get freshened up properly, and then I'll be continuing from here. Okay, so here we are back. Okay, let's simply go ahead. So the problem number 4, create a function that takes another function as input and runs it after 1 second. Interesting. Create a function that takes another function as an input and runs it after 1 second. Should be easy peasy to make it, by the way. This there's something a little tricky. We'll do our level best to get that thing done. So what do we have to do? We have to create a function, and maybe that's gonna be delay function. So function delay function that takes another function, this function, and then it's gonna be going on, and it runs that function after 1 second delay. So set timeout. Okay, we have to run it. We can directly provide the function in here if I'm not wrong. Yeah, it will work. Function, and the time is gonna be 1 second. So let's keep it 3 seconds for now, and I hope it's gonna be working. the type of the function I have to provide, and that function is gonna be const fn is gonna be a function that simply console.log the value good morning, as simple as that. Then I have to just call that delay log function, and I have to provide a function. The thing is that I haven't provided the type yet, so the type is gonna be what? For this thing it's gonna be a function, and it will not be returning anything, so it will be void. I hope I'm doing the right thing in here. Okay, see if I actually run the project right now. Well, here we are getting, and we are even getting the response after 3 seconds. Good morning. That's great. So it's working fine. Let's go through the next things. Step number 5. The tsconfig. The tsconfig file has a bunch of options that you can change to change the compilation process. Some of these are include target. Let's simply go through that. Close everything in here. Everything I mean. I wanna close everything. Yeah. Here we have this ts file. Close it. Yeah. Target. Where is the target? This is the target. ES int this time. We'll have to take the help of this AI or not. What does this do? Let's do one thing. Copy the whole thing, because I'm not even sure how the things are working in this particular file. So I have perplexity, and the simple thing is gonna be like here. I will give it the file. Tell me the use of the fields, FIELD fields in come on. Okay, it's gonna be learning section. The tsconfig configures types compiler project is specifying settings on how Typescript should be compiled. That's okay. Which files include to defining the root output directories. Here is the key process purpose of the fields in your tsconfig. Root directly got that. Out there, I know that. Specify the root folder of your Typescript source files. Here .src defines the folder where the compiled JavaScript code will be output. Here just okay. Module determines the module system used in the output code. Node next suits Node.js with ES modules. Okay, so this is the module section. Node next. So for Node.js with ES module. Okay, that's interesting. So this thing is done. Target sets the ECMAScript version to compile. Set the ECMAScript version to compile to ES next. Targets the latest JS features. Earlier what was it? Earlier it was try out the compiling the code for targeting ES5. There are many versions of ECMAScript. Yes, ECMAScript, and sets the ECMAScript version to compile to. Okay, ES in targets the latest JS features. ES linked. Oh, let's go through this thing. ECMAScript versions. Okay, here they are. Is ECMAScript 2025 and then 24. This is how it keeps going on, and that ES next and all, that simply covers the latest one. That's okay. It simply sets that. So this thing is also done. Target is done. Types. An array that can specify type declaration packages included by default. Empty disables automatic inclusion. We have types in here. It disables. Okay. Source map. Do we have that? Okay, source map is true. What does this mean? Enables generation of .map files for debugging the original TS source. Declaration then generates .d.ts declaration files with the type information for typings. Declaration. There are many things actually. And then a declaration creates source maps for declaration files. Source maps for declaration files. No unchecked access. Adds strict checks accessing indexed properties that may be undefined. Okay, some of the things are simply going over my head. Few of them getting. exact optional property types true. What does this mean? Okay, not even needed, like I don't need to worry about these things much, but have a look at them once. Exact optional property types, more precise typing for optional properties if we are just creating optional properties. Okay, stricter terms on all stricter type checking options. Okay, so if I make strict false, then it will, the TypeScript is not going to be strict, as simple as that. I just hope so. JSX, configure JSX code generation mode, React JSX for React 17 plus JSX transformation. Okay, web team modules, preserves ES module syntax as in output, ES module syntax as in output. Okay, isolated modules ensure each file can be safely transpiled independently for compatibility with tools. No unchecked side effect imports ensure imported modules flagged for side effects are not skipped. Module detection forces module detection behavior. Skip lib checks, skips type checking for all declaration files for faster build. Skips type checking for all declaration files for faster build times. In summary, whatever, got that, enough. Most of the things, especially I know the things which are required, and the remaining things, that's okay. Who cares about this one? Mainly few things are here. Root dir, out dir, really important, and these 6 module target type, and that's it. And there are some uncommented ones, they are not quite needed right now, so I don't need to worry about them too. So this thing is done. So what is left? Target option. Okay, target option in tsconfig file specifies the ECMAScript target version to which TypeScript compiler will compile the TypeScript code. That's right. To try it out, okay, I have done it. Use strict greet function name hello. I can try this thing out too. Wow. Try it out. Try compiling the following code for being ES5 or ES20 2020. Greet name this, it will be converted to this. So let's give it a try. Don't know, but it is supposed to be working. We have this code line. Simply there is a greet function that takes name as a string and simply returns that, as simple as that. We have to change some of the things in here, so let's do that too. So right now if I actually simply build it, let's do it. npm run dev. Where is the JS file? Let's keep the JS file in here. It looks like this. Let's change this particular thing in here. Target is gonna be not ES next, rather ES 2020. Don't know. Let's see. Okay, trend. And we are not seeing any difference. Let's make it ES5. ES5. This thing is done. Let's run it again. Oh yeah, wow. So in previous versions, in old versions, the functions used to be written like this, right? So when we are compiling this new way of writing function in, and the version of ECMAScript is the previous version, it's simply converting this arrow function to this proper function and with the proper things and all, so it works. That's right. By the way, I am gonna be changing it to the back thing. Yes, next I think this simply converts the file as per the new ECMAScript version, as simple as the latest version ultimately. So if I run the compilation thing again, so yeah, it simply converts the way it should be converting right now. So this is the latest way of getting the things done. So ES5, this thing ES 2020 is gonna be like this. Where should the root dir, where should the compiler look for .ts files? A good practice is for this to be the source folder. That's right. out dir, where should the compiler look for the spit out the .js files. No implicit any, we don't really have this thing in here. No implicit any. Do we have no implicit returns? We have no implicit override, but we don't really have no implicit any. Earlier we used to have this. Try enabling it and see the compilation errors on the following code. Huh? Really? No implicit returns. That was no implicit any. Remove comments, whether or not to include comments in the final JS. That's okay. Next, interfaces. Okay, I'm gonna start something interesting from here on. How can you assign types to objects? For example, a user object that looks like this. This is the user that we have. We can, to assign a type to the user object, you can use interfaces. So interfaces we are creating, and create a function is legal that returns true or false if a user is overweighted. It takes a user as input. Okay, easy peasy. We can simply get it done like this. Next, create a React component that takes to-dos as input and renders them. React component takes to-dos as input and renders them. That's okay. Select Typescript when installing the React project using npm create by install. We are ultimately getting that. It's all about to-do input. We are getting it as props in here, and this is the type of it here. That's gonna be in to-do type, and then it's gonna be like that. That's okay. Okay. Implementing interfaces. Interfaces have another special property. You can implement interfaces as a class. Okay, something interesting. Suppose if we create an interface, okay, we have an interface in here, interface, and we have types too. So we have two things, like two way to create the types. In interfaces, a class can implement interfaces. So it's gonna be like this. First one is class can implement an interface. Let's remove this thing from here. This is the first thing. Second, interfaces can implement, no, interfaces can extend other interfaces, and extending means they will get all their properties. Implementing means it is kind of a structure. So when it comes to implementing, so that simply provides a structure, something like that, and then we'll have to follow the structure. All the properties should be defined in the class, and then interface extend means getting all the properties, something like that. As for directly the types, it supports few things like the first one is crazy. Okay, by the way, we are sure about the interfaces. We'll take care of the, like, we can union and intersection. I think it supports this feature. So ultimately this and these two things, the use of these two things. And means it will add the properties, or means okay, either this property or that property. Implementing interfaces, this thing is done. We can create a class that implements that, and then name and age is gonna be like there. Okay, this is useful since now you can create a multiple variants of a person, manager, CEO, etc. That's okay. The thing is that mainly the important thing that I need to be worried about, that is, if I create a class, suppose employee, this is the class that we have in here. Okay, but before that I'm gonna be creating interface for it. So interface, and that's gonna be person interface for now. I can create the type too as well for it, but I need to implement it. So I will be creating an interface. Suppose name is gonna be string, and age is gonna be number. Suppose only this much we have, and if I try to implement it, so implements person in here, I will get the error, because once I implement something, that thing need to be, that is kind of a structure or something, so it needs to be declared in here as well. So name is gonna be a string, so name is a string, and age is going to be number, as simple as that. But I need to get the values in the constructor, so constructor name is equal to going to be string, and age is gonna be a number, and it's gonna be like that. So this is how it's gonna be going on. Still I'm getting this error, but the thing is that in the constructor I'm getting the value, and once if I remove it from here, will I still get the error? Yeah. So I need to have the values in here as well as in the constructor, and then whether I assign the values to them or not, it's my choice. But if I assign, I will not get the squiggly lines that I'm getting right now, so it's gonna be like this. So ultimately this is the interface that's being implemented, and there is one shortcut in here. This is the first way, and the second way could be the shorter way actually. If I just uncomment this particular section, either you can implement the constructor like this, or constructor, it could be like public, it was something like this. Let's see if I'm not wrong. Public name string, and public number, public age, and that's gonna be a number, something like this. And if I actually remove it from here, let's uncomment them, it works. It automatically creates those fields and assigns the values to them. So this is the shortcut of this much. So either you can write this much code, or you can write this much, and you are pretty much good to go. So it's like that, and we can create a give it a like a function as well. So suppose the function is greet, it will take simply greeting. So suppose that's gonna be a phrase, that could be type string, and it will not be returning anything. So of course it will not be returning anything. This thing is done, and then I need to define that in here as well. So I will be creating a function, and that function will be like greet. It can be like this to hope so. It will not be returning anything, that means CLG phrase, and it will take phrase as input. Phrase, we don't really have phrase, so suppose it's taking phrase as input. I'm not getting the phrase from there, that's okay. Can I have name in here, and it will be logging the name. What is the column, by the way? Is this not right away? Yeah, this is not a right way. How about this? Yeah, works. So phrase will be getting a phrase, by the way, phrase, and that phrase will be type string, and then we'll be simply CLG logging the phrase, as simple as that. Well, that not really a big deal, like pretty much easy peasy. This is just the interface, and then it should just define all the values should be defined in here. This is useful since you can create multiple variants of a person, manager, etc. Summary: you can use interfaces to aggregate data. You can use interfaces to implement classes from. Okay, abstract classes let you do something similar, not TS related, TypeScript related. Okay, so the thing is that if you don't want to use this, like if you don't want to use the interface, the another option that you have is to create an abstract class. The only difference can be that abstract class can have some of the default values, and interface cannot have that default values, in the sense, let's create that and then I'll show you. Like I can create an abstract class. So abstract class, suppose it's gonna be people, okay, something like this. It will have name string, it will have age string. I hope I'm doing the right thing, but let's see how it's gonna be going on. This thing is done. It will have a constructor. Okay, I'll have to change the things. Name is equal to string. Okay, age is equal to number. Gonna assign the values. So this dot name is equal to name, and this dot age is equal to age, something like this. So this thing is the this should be a number actually. So this should be abstract constructor if I'm not wrong, if I actually create that. So first of all, these values should be abstract values, so something like that. These are the abstract values that we have in here. And do I need to have it? It will go on like this only. We don't even need the constructor if we don't want them. So abstract is gonna be kind of a structure too as well. It's gonna be, and if we actually extend it, then we'll have to implement all, like declare all the values. Okay. And there was one more function, greet, right? So let's create that too. Greet, and it's gonna be like this, and CLG, hello there. It will take a phrase. Phrase is equal to, that's gonna be type of string. So this thing is done. So right now, instead of doing implementing this particular thing, I think it can be extended if I'm not wrong. Yeah. So extends, that's gonna be people. And am I getting in the error? Yeah, I am. Why? Extending constructor for derived classes must contain a super. Okay, let's do it. Super. That's simple. Should be enough. Because there is no constructor, so just calling super should be enough for in here. And ultimately, if I actually remove any property from here, suppose I'm removing this age field, I should be getting an error. Yeah. And that is telling me employees declared but never used. Okay. Non-abstract class employee does not implement inherited abstract member age from class people. Ultimately, all the inherited members should be implemented in here, as simple as that. So we need to have that too. So this is how things are going to be going on like this. So we have a shape, abstract name, abstract, we can, and there was one more thing, this abstract class can have some default values in the sense, suppose that can be what can I actually have, suppose data, not data, greeting is equal to, it's gonna be a string, and as for the default value of it, what does this mean? Has no initializer. Property greeting has no initializer, and it is not definitely assigned in the constructor. Yeah, so let's do it. Name age, what is the problem? Abstract property name in class people cannot access in the constructor. That's okay, sorry. How about this? And I will be getting just a greeting, that would be type string, and this dot greeting is gonna be greeting. It should be fine, by the way. Yeah. So I'm getting the greeting in the constructor. These things are just the implement like structure thing. Like all these values should exist in the class that actually extends this particular abstract class. As simple as that. And this is the default value that I'm actually providing it. Can I give it the some value or something? Like greeting is equal to hello. Wow. Amazing. And the type is gonna be string. Something like this. I still have the constructor. I can remove the constructor from here on. So I have this. This is the default value. And these are the like structure related things and all. So right now I'm just simply calling it. I can, if I uncomment it, I will get the error. That's okay. There's no constructor, so I have to just simply call super. If there were any constructor like we had earlier, we can create one too. So constructor, it will just get a greeting, it will be type string, and it will simply assign the value to greeting is equal to greeting. Done. And now I will have to provide greeting. Okay, hello, something like that, hello world. So we are providing that. So this thing is done. And the good thing in here, like we don't really need to get these things to be here. So constructor we are creating, we are getting name and age, and we are not even using them, that's okay. We can, when we greet the people, we can console log, and that's gonna be this dot greeting. Why am I getting it in here? Because employee class implemented extended people, and that people abstract class had a default value called greeting. It is not a structure related things, whether I get it in here or not, that doesn't matter. But right now I don't get any error. But if I just make it abstract, the first either I will get that this one abstract property greeting class people cannot be accessed in constructor, so it cannot be accessed in the constructor. So this is the error that I'm getting. And the second thing, it cannot have the value. Greeting cannot have any initializer because it is marked abstract. Initializer, that means it would be like this. Just a sec, just this much. Yeah. So if I just name it abstract, that means it will be just for the structure purpose, for kind of type purpose. But if I don't make it abstract, then I can actually give it the default value. So if something hasn't been marked as abstract, that means that is the default value, and things are working fine. Interesting. Abstract classes let you do something similar, not TS related. So we had these few things, interfaces, and the same functionality can be implemented using abstract classes as well. Abstract classes, and abstract classes can be extended. So we'll have to extend the class, and for interfaces we'll have to implement them. So we'll have to implements the interfaces, we'll have to extend the abstract classes, as simple as that. So this thing is here, it simply extends it. So name is here, calculate area is here, we'll have to call the super in here too, that's right. And calculate area, we are creating it, circle extension, okay, we are getting the things done in here. Let's go ahead. Next one, types. So we have learned quite a lot about types. Let's talk about like interfaces. It's mainly about to go through types. Very similar to interfaces, types let you aggregate data together. So we have types this like this, but they let you do a few things, unions and intersections. So ultimately this is what I was talking about. So union means I think this is the union and this is intersection. In Typescript the name is quite confusing, so it's okay. Let's say you want to print a ID of a user, which can be a number or a string. So this is gonna be union. Okay, that's great. It can be number. Intersection, what if you want to create a type that has every property of multiple types or interfaces? That is gonna be intersection. So we have employee, we have manager, we are creating team lead, and that will have the properties of both of them using AND. Okay, arrays in TS. If you want to access arrays in Typescript, it's as simple as adding this annotation next to the type. Okay, this is the code that we have. That's interesting. Given a list of users, filter out the users that are legal. Okay, interface user is this, that's gonna be the array of user, and then when we are getting array of users, we'll have to filter them, and then once they are filtered, we have to return the value, something like that. What was that, by the way, at the end? Okay, understandable. Enums in Typescript. Quite important. Like enums means, I think this could be exactly what I'm getting, but it could be more than that too. Okay, enums, short for enumerations. Okay, so enum this is a short form for enumerations. This is something interesting. So we have enums in here. The enumerations. Enumeration in TypeScript are features that allows you to define a set of named constants. The concept behind an enumeration is to create a human readable way to represent a set of constant values which might otherwise be represented as numbers or strings. Okay, that's interesting. Let's say you have a game where you have to perform an action based on whether the user has passed the up arrow key, down arrow key, left arrow key, right arrow key. So key pressed, something like that. What should be the type of the key? Should it be a string like this? Should it be a number like this? Okay, the best thing is to use such a case in an enum. Enum is equal to up, down, left, right. Key pressed is equal to direction. It can be, wow, this makes code slightly cleaner to read out. The final value stored at runtime is still a number. The final value stored at runtime is still a number. That means enums simply gives us the numbers or something. Enums in TypeScript. It's better to simply go through the real like documentation thing. Okay, interesting. Enums are one of the few features TypeScript has which is not a type level extension of JavaScript. Enums allows a developer. What does this mean? Enums are one of the features TypeScript has which is not a type level extension of JavaScript. Type level extension. Enums allows the developer to define set of named constant. Using enums can make it easier to document intent or create a set of distinct cases. TypeScript provides both. Okay. Enum is equal to this thing, enum direction, up, down, left, right. Numeric enums, we have the enums like this. Then user response, these are the enums too. Ultimately enums returns the number values, is that so? String enums, okay, they can return the strings too, and they can return the combination of these two. Let's see, define an enum and see how it works. So enum is equal to, suppose that's gonna be what we had something in enum, that was direction if I'm not wrong. Yeah, enum. I have never used this in TypeScript, so it's better to know it. So direction, that's gonna be up, that's gonna be down, that's gonna be left, that's gonna be right. This is the enum thing. What direction is declared but never used. Okay, that's great. So let's create a function and use this. Or const direction is equal to direction. Let it, okay, what is the type of it? Decision set. If I provide the value like up, not assignable, up, sorry, up, not 1, wow, 1 is okay, 2 is okay, 3 is okay, 4 is okay, 5 is okay, wow. So this value is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is how it's going on. So the 5 is the problem because 5 doesn't exist. If I make it 5 type something, it will be right. It should be type 5 is not assignable to type direction. Okay, 5, but it's not working. That means I haven't understood it well. So let's make it 4. That's problematic. Let's go through it first of all. What should be the type of key pressed V? Let's say you have a game where you up, down, left, right function key pressed, you will be getting the, what should be the type of key pressed B? Should it be up, down, left, right, or should it be 1, 2, 3, 4? The best thing to use in such case is enum. Okay, we have created it. function, and the direction is gonna be like that. So let's go through the example as mentioned in here and see whether the things are working. Do something and key press the thing is that I'm still not sure how it's gonna be working, but I'll figure the thing out just right here. And I'm gonna be doing something in here, and this do something thing is called direction dot up. Wow, do something dot direction do something, and then I have to provide the direction. So direction dot up up. Okay, we are getting in here. Let's console dot log the value clg key pressed, and let's see how it's gonna be going on. 0. Wow, does it start with 0? So first thing we have 0 in here. Okay, sorry, up ting ting ting, something like this. This can be up, this can be down, this can be left, and this can be right. Okay, I hope it's gonna work the way I want it to work. And guess what, we are getting 0 1 2 3 4. Ultimately up means 0, down means 1 2 3, something like this. That means if I enum is equal to direction, enum is equal to not enum actually, const direction is equal to direction. Oh, this seems to be right. And well, this should not be like this. Direction is equal to direction dot up, actually up. That means it has value 1. If I log it, okay, let's do one thing, uncomment, comment cld direction, run it, I will get 1 0. Yeah, I'm getting 0, something like that. So these are the values. I can change their values. Ting tring tring tring. Okay, equals to up. No, like this. Let's copy the whole thing. We are here, and not really, not like that. This is insane. How can we copy it? Tring. Yeah, copied everything, and then tring tring tring. Okay, that's crazy. Here we are. Let's paste all the things in here. This is done, and now if I just run the program again, I'm getting up. So ultimately we can assign the values to. Got it. And if I just remove the things from here on, up down left right. So what is the use of enum? It is kind of a constant value, right? If I provide direction dot up, that will always be up. That can never be in small cases or in capital. Like the way that is mentioned, that would be in the same way. So enums are for that. What was the definition of enums? Enums are one of the type few features TypeScript has, which is not type level extension of JavaScript. Enums which is not a type level extension of JavaScript. It is not a type level extension. It provides us the constant values. Enums allow a developer to define a set of named constants. Using enums can make it easier to document intent or create a set of distinct cases. TypeScript provides both numeric and string based enum. So it is all about creating enum so that we should be able to have some of the constants, and then should be able to get the values directly. That's interesting. We can provide it the default value too. So if I'm providing the default value 1, then this is gonna be 2, this is gonna be 3, and this is gonna be going on like this. And if we don't provide any value, so it's gonna start with 0. Like here it is started with 0, and then we have user response 0 and 1. That's okay. User response dot no is equal to 0. Even if we don't provide 0 1, it should be 0 and 1 by default. By the way, it's good in there, by the way, in that particular situation. But what I mean that this enum user response is equal to, we have no and we have we have no and we have yes. User response, by default it is 0 and by default this is 1. So but that the thing is that if we have more fields like equal or something, it will have 3 by default, 2 by default I mean. So it's better to just simply give them 0 and give them 1 the value, as simple as that. And then we can have maybe what, no, yes, equal, whatever, and I think it will already have the value too. Yeah, it has, as simple as that. So this thing is done. Enums, mainly used for constant values. How can I use this in my project? Enum for constant values, for the values. Can I use it in my recent project somewhere? Not needed right now, but definitely I will use it in future. So okay, we are sure about enums. What values do you see at runtime? Direction up, code up, direction up, the value is gonna be 0. Yeah, this tells you that by default enums get values 0, 1, 2, 3 and something like that. How to change values? By assigning them values, becomes 2 by default, 3, 4, something like this. Okay, solution is this 2. Okay, can also be strings. That's okay, we have done it. Like here we are assigning the string values up, down, left, right, and then down. Common up use cases, response status, success 200, not found, error. Wow, this is amazing. Get, let's make a server. Let's remove all the things here. ls npm install express the simple server. That's gonna be actually not quite a lot that I'll be adding, but a simple one I can create really quick. How long will it take to install the values? The packages actually, not the values. I just wanna use enum in a real project, the way it's used, and that is why I just want to create it. And where should I save enums in my project? Like in which file, and what should be the name of, am I crazy, name of the file? How am I typing? Enums, enumerations. Okay, it will just keep thinking, but okay, here it's installed. Okay, import express, not really. Express from express, what is the problem? Okay, I need to get the types of it, if I'm not wrong. Npm install save types, npm install d dependency @ type / express. Should be fine, should work. This is the crazy thing, it takes lots of time. Const app is equal to express. By default it's gonna be 3000 app dot listen port clg server is port, as simple as that. Well, it hasn't really. Do I have good network connectivity or not? I think it's bad. It's still installing the things. No data, that's crazy. Let me fix it. I'll be back. Alright, right now at least I won't have to face the problem. But Okay, so yeah, we were working on that. Just create a route app.get slash request as simple as that. Then what do we have to do? Response status. Okay, let's create the enum in here as well. What exactly it answered, like replied. For TypeScript projects, enums are typically saved in files dedicated. Okay. Save project wide enums in types enums.ts or model. What does this mean? For TypeScript projects, enums are typically saved in files dedicated to the type definitions or grouped logically based on their uses. A common convention is to place enums in a file named enums.ts or within a types or models directory. Types enums.ts. Okay, inside the types we can keep it, and this keeps enums organized, accessible, and helps maintain scalable. Okay, got that. Thank you. ls npm run. Okay, not really, I don't really have to run it right now. Okay, let's create enums right here and the main use. Okay, got it. Enum response status. It will be like this. The spelling is wrong, I know. Status, and then I'll have success enum. It will be 200. Then I'll have should be capital success. Then I have not found 404. Then I have error. That's gonna be suppose 500, something like this. And the only thing that we need to do here, that's gonna be response dot status, and that would be success. Not like this. Response status dot success. Yeah, something like this. Dot JSON and not JSON. Dot status, and then I think I need to send. Yeah, send. Everything's up and running. Whatever. Just gonna send a request to this particular thing. I hope I will get 200 response back. I should definitely get that. That's not a problem. npm run dev. It's running on localhost 3000. Yeah, that's gonna be a get request. Localhost 3000. Everything's up and running. Inspect network, reload it once more. Localhost. Okay, localhost. This is a get request. This thing preview. I got this response. Everything is up and running. And 304 not modified. What is the status code? Okay, let's do one thing. I gotta send it from the postman side. Let's change this one only. I don't even need to change this much. These many things I need to remove from here. And Brainly is the combination of that only. I'm getting 200. That means it's working as expected, and this is the response that I'm getting. Wow. Okay, sorry. My bad. Done. So this is working the way we expected it to work. So now we have command over enums. We can use it whenever we need. By the way, let's have a look. Yes, no is okay. Then enums number must have initializer. Yeah, this is not right. Get values. Numeric enums can be mixed computed constant. See the short story is enums without initializers either need to be first or have to come after numeric enums initialized with numeric constants or other constant enums name members. In other words, the following isn't allowed. Once more, numeric enums can be mixed in computed and constant members. See below. The short story is enums without initializers either need to be first or have to come after numeric enums initialized with numeric constants or the other constants enum members. In other words, okay, it should be initialized with numeric values, otherwise this is not allowed. That's okay, got that. Okay, heterogeneous enums, this is how it's gonna be going on. Enums. We have none, read, write, but overall we got it. We don't really need to dive deep into it. Enumerations, I can just write down some of the examples. How about this code, or maybe the something that I wrote before. Okay, let's do one thing. Remove it from here. This thing is done. So the values of these, it should be up. It should be down. It should be left, and it should be right. One more thing, by default, not here but rather here, by default enum fields get values starting from 0. That's by default, by the way. Okay, you can assign numbers or sorry, numbers, strings, etc. I need to have this example for future references. /th2. This is gonna be the code thing, and this is gonna be the text thing. Okay, so this is done. By the way, inside it I have the proper code for it, so that I can just actually have a look at it later in the future if I get stuck, but I don't think I will get stuck. That's good. It's easy, it's not like too much. Okay, generics, we have to learn about generics, and then okay, at least this particular section needs to be done, and then we'll simply be going ahead. 2 more pages are remaining. ये कैसे खोल दिया आपने? ये कैसे खोल दिया आपने? What does this mean? मतलब क्या हुआ इसका? नहीं समझा. So this thing is done in here. Let's simply go ahead, and it's time to learn about the generics and all. As for this thing, okay, this can be called unions, and this can be called intersection, mainly in Typescript, intersections. So type support these 2 features, and the interfaces supports these ones. So ultimately this is gonna be an interesting thing to keep in mind. Oh, bad, really bad. How about this? Okay, this is how it's gonna be going on, just for okay, a reference. Maybe could be useful in future. Okay, let's simply go ahead, close all the delete all the content from here. Generics are a language independent concept, exist in C++ as well. Let's learn via an example problem statement. Let's say you have a function that needs to return the first element of an array. Okay, array can be a type either string or integer. Yeah, that's right. How would you solve this problem? We have this problem. If you can solve it, let me know. Let's say you have a function that needs to return the first element of an array function. It will get the array, return ARR of 0. Okay, let's say you have a function that needs to return the first element of an array can be type either string, type of it can be either string or it can be either number, something like this. I have to return the first value, ARR function, and that's gonna be high, and another that's gonna be 1, and I'm actually returning the values. That simply means I have to cover it. Let's not return the value, rather log the value in here. CLG ARR of 0. High one, I'm getting that. Okay, so ultimately, oh, I can do it like this too. Interesting. Either this thing is okay or this thing is okay too. Impressive. What is the problem in this approach? You can send different types of values in inputs without any type errors. Are you really sure? Yeah, Typescript isn't able to infer the right type of the type. Okay, it can be either string, it can be either number. That is the main problem. Well, this is not a right way actually. This is the right way. And if I actually make it like this, that means what does this mean? An array can have both. An array can have firstly string and then it can have a number, or it can have string too. Well, that's not really possible. It can have another number. That's right. That means this is wrong. It should be like this to make it actually correct. Okay. Or if I actually want to make it right, so it can be inside parentheses. Okay, so this is how it's gonna be right. So this thing is done, and right now I am mainly worried about the generics, right? You can send string or number, that's gonna be right. ARR 1 2 3. Typescript isn't able to infer the types, that's right. It doesn't know whether it is a string or it is a number. So in that case, solution is generic. Let's do one thing. Let's implement the generic in here. So this is gonna be type, and the type of it is gonna be type, mainly working with the generics, and I will be providing it in here. So it's actually gonna be like this. So first one is gonna be string, the second one is gonna be number, and this is where we are using generics to get the things done. That should be fine, by the way. Should give the right answer. Wow. Okay, so generics enable you to create components that work with any data type. That's right. Generics enable you to create components that work with any data type while still providing compile time safety. So ultimately, we tell it in here that this is going to be the string type, this is going to be the number type. Then, and it will be returning. Yeah, if we are actually returning the value from here, so we can just keep that thing in mind. Otherwise, by default, it is void. If we want, we can give it return type too. Solution to the original problem. Did this issue go away? User can send different types. Okay. Get the first user. lowercase string to label. Function get first element ARR element get first element string here in this too. Okay, this is string. User can send different types of values in inputs without any type errors. Typescript is able to infer the right type of the return type. Okay, let's simply check. Can we send this value to like 1 in here? It will be problematic. Yeah, it is. That's right. And we can't even send any string in here. That's right. So this is how it works. The last page for today's class. Not a class, just a line. I'm not teaching, I'm learning. Exporting and importing modules. TypeScript follows the ES6 module system using import and export statements to share code between different files. And here's the module. First of all, mat.es export a function, add x number, y number, number, return. Okay, this is easy peasy. Nothing's hard. Main.es, I can just simply import it. That's like that. Default export is gonna be like this. Export default class and this something like that. I'm creating the class itself and then importing the class. Done. Alright, it was pretty great. The first part is done. What am I doing? Part 1 is done right now. Like I had to go through the notes of TypeScript. So this was the first note and this is the second note that I have to go through. So I will be going through the second one very soon after a while. But the first part is one, second part will be continued from here on. Part 2 will be continued. It hasn't even started yet. But this is how we are going to be going ahead. Ultimately, we have quite overall knowledge of TypeScript. What all we know? We know about the types. We have learned about types. We have learned about interfaces. We have learned about abstract classes. We have learned about enums. We have learned about generics. Okay, and this is how we can just simply implement the part and all these things. We have even created proper nodes for us, so it's gonna be like that. We have got to know about some of the compilers. The emulation code we have just kept just for reference, and this is how we are gonna be going ahead. And most important thing, we know that TypeScript has been created by Microsoft. This is the most important point. Okay, so that was it right now in this live. It's been around 1 hour and 27 minutes. That's good. At least we studied for an hour. I will be back just after 9:24. By 10 I will be back again, and then I will continue continue going through the second part. And this is how it's gonna be going on. By the way, thank you very much for being here with me. I'm gonna be catching up really quick. Take care and keep up the good work.